Wakanda forever!
And welcome to GW3 Live. So excited to be here for yet another great opportunity. Not only am I grateful for us celebrating still some incredible, phenomenal women, today our special guest is truly a trailblazer. She's broken many barriers. Being in the military alongside with us gratefully being able to honor her with this incredible award as well. She's an advocate service for the military, and so honored to have this incredible, not only Major General Marta Cardano with us. I'm so excited to welcome her to the stage. So guys, let's go ahead on and truly look at this phenomenal queen here as I bring her up to the stage. You know, I always say technology, sometimes I love technology and technology loves us. Let's see, we can get you in here, Marta. Let's see where you are. I see. Okay, where are you, beautiful? There you are.
Oh,
There you
so
are. I'm like, wait,
hello,
hold on. How are
hello.
you doing? Hello, and how are you doing today?
Okay, I'm doing fine. Glad to be here. Glad to be able to uh talk to you. Like we could um share ideas. Happy to be here. This celebrating month of dedicated to women. Every day is our day, but this month is special for us. So I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely, you're right. It is such an incredible. It's been an incredible year so far, Marta. All right, but yes, we're celebrating International Women's. I like to say year, 365 days of the year, even though we're still in this incredible month of March. And also, we have St. Patty Day as well as being a huge part of this journey as well. Well, it's an honor to be here with you. I know you're there in Puerto Rico. How's the weather there today? How is it?
Well, the weather it's been hot, but less hot than other years. It's been a cool year. Uh, Plenty of rain, but always nice weather here on the island.
Yes, that's probably one of my favorite places to travel to. I enjoy Puerto Rico, and usually I'm always there like in July, so it's a little bit warmer than what it is right now in
Yes.
March. Yes. Well, I know for sure, when I think about this as the first woman to serve in the, not only in just in, as a general, but you've been able to do some incredible marks right there in Puerto Rico. You have literally, I like to say, you've set the stage, not only Puerto Rico National Guard, but you also Major General as you have been able to dedicate not only your life, but also you've been able to lead. And that's what we like to say, that legacy alongside with leadership. I like to ask this question, what started you? What was your passion to get into, being in the military, and especially being able to earn that general, that's pretty a huge, remarkable accomplishment. So I would know for sure the viewers would like to know what inspired you to get into this field.
Well, I was always in the field of serving. Uh, as you may know, doctor, I'm a nurse by trade. So nurses serve, nurses like to do stuff for other people. But I always wanted to be in the military. When I was like 17 and I was a student in New York City and Eastern District High School, I wanted to be in the military, but I was a little bit on the chubby side. And even though I passed the test and I wanted to go into the military, my recruiter said, "Oh, you must lose the pounds. We can't do it like that." And it was hard then, hard for a teenager to go on a diet. So I went on to do my I became a nurse. I started working for Health and Hospitals Corporation. And finally one day I was coming off a night shift and there was a recruiter in the hallway. It was like 7:30 in the morning. And I said, "You think I could go into the military? How can I do it?" And she said, "Just let's try it." And there I was. I went into I did all the tests, the physical exam, and there I was. I was a second lieutenant in 1986 for the New York Reserve component, and that's how everything started. That's how everything started. Then, uh, 7 years later, I moved to Puerto Rico, and I was serving with the reserves. And finally, I changed to the guard because the guard was closer to what people needed. As we all know, once there's a disaster or anything happens, the guard is called to serve. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. And I served as a nurse. And while I was still working at the hospital, so I was a dual status soldier. And finally, and well, after 9/11, I was called to active duty with the Guard full time. So that's how the journey started to become a general officer. Needless to say that along the way, you have to do all your schools, you have to keep up with your training, and you have to keep up with the family. So for women, it's different. Um, I believe that is more difficult, right? For me, I have my family. I always have my mother to take care of. So I accomplished almost 32 years of service doing both, being in the military and being a mother and a wife and a daughter and a citizen. And I always try serving. Whenever anybody says, "Can you do it?" I always say I can, even if it's hard. So this is how I got to where I to where I got to become a major general for the Puerto Rico Guard.
I mean, your story is like, first and foremost, congratulations. Your story is so inspiring, and it's just giving me chills because, like you said, no, for a woman, it definitely have to be hard. You were able to break those. Not on, we don't say the glass ceilings, but you were able to shatter, right? You're able to shatter some of those barriers, and you are still you're rising, and we're still celebrating you because with all of the accomplishment you've been able to do thus far, you literally have helped women along the way. You've empowered so many women. Wouldn't you agree about that?
Yes, I have to agree, even though I am humble about it. But I was the first Puerto Rican female to become a general officer in the armed forces.
Yes.
On top of that, I was the first female to lead the Puerto Rico Guard, 10,000 soldiers in 100 years of history. And on top of that, I was a nurse. So
Yeah.
that's unheard of because people believe that to lead troops, you must be either an infantryman, you must be the male, alpha male that, goes for it. So, and I'm only 5'1", so that makes it even harder, doctor.
It's
So,
going to be so funny when we stand next to each other. I'm
uh,
loving it. Well, you sound like you're more like 5'10" because of your accomplishments that you have already. Oh my
no, no.
goodness. I mean, the first female in your position there in Puerto Rico, I love being that, because one of the things, once you're able to be the first, that helps to set the blueprint to show others how to also reach those goals and to show them, you know what, if our General Marta was able to do it, so can I, right? Uh, General Marta Carcana was able to do it, so can I. One of the things I like to say, you are truly leadership in action. You got that on on your chest.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, yes. I mean, you've been
And I
so,
do it with a lot of love. I do it with
yes,
love. I do it with care. And actually, they sometimes call me from the challenge school, that's a school for dropouts. They ask me to speak to the girls. And I always say, you can do it. You can do it. Look at you. You could do it. If I did it, you could do it. That's like and don't leave the other ones behind. They have to come with you. So I tried to encourage girls, and anybody that calls me and say, I want to be in the military, I say, you could do it. Go ahead. Come
yeah,
over. Do it. So,
exactly. But you know what? I like, during your tenure as a general, you led not only with the Puerto Rican National Guard, but you were able to also get them through critical missions. And I know it probably took something that we call resilience, but I like to say also you speak about humanity with that love. I think it definitely have to stem from what you are so passionate about as well. Can you share with us some of the most significant moments that really, not only had you to, in your time of leadership, it gave you the reason to like experience and really kind of like shape the way everything was happening at that time to help shape you. Can you share that with us, please?
well, in my tenure as the adjutant general, I try my best to be firm. I had a great staff. I must say, I had a great staff that never doubted me, even when other people did. We worked together, and my maternal instinct was there many times, and they had to pull me back to the drawing board and start again. I have to give them all. I have to give them 99% of the credit. They pushed me. They helped me. They were there when my legs weakened, and they were really great. During my time there, I tried doing what I know or I knew at the time that it was needed. We formed groups of National Guard volunteers to go out in the community and do uh, health fairs. We helped people. We had people from 30 years ago when Hurricane Hugo hit us that still did not have a project for potable water. So we did that. And that we did on a volunteer basis because it was not our mission. So we did that mission aside of the federal mission that we have. We did it as a community mission. I try to get my soldiers to go out and volunteer. Uh, I needed them to know what the need was, that it was not only the paycheck, it was and that if they did it, if they were volunteer, they had to feel like they were getting paid. It's you will get paid eventually. It's some good that you're doing for our country. You have to do it. I try to shape the way people view the National Guard because many people think it's politicized. Well, during my tenure, it wasn't. You have the merits, you have the knowledge, you have the schooling, you got the position. That's the way it was. I try to empower women, but I gave men their place, just because I wanted to empower women. If a man was doing it better, then he got the credit. If a woman was doing it, she got the credit and she got the position. That's the way I worked it. And I think it worked for me. We did a lot of missions. Besides, I have gone overseas to Kosovo for a year, and I saw the need there. And even though I worked at the NATO headquarters and I was the assistant to the chief of staff there, I saw the needs, and I tried to say, not in my country, never. It's not going to happen. If it's in my hands, it's not going to happen.
I love that. You took leadership by both hands and you were not afraid. You welcomed also, you included with the men and made them feel inclusive, because sometimes we could feel a little like we separate the two, but it's important that we understand the importance of us coming together. And as you were speaking about some of those hurricanes, as well as some of the most crucial times, one of the other moments I was thinking about too, General, was when Hurricane Maria. I think Hurricane Maria was one of the strongest that hit Puerto Rico pretty seriously. And I know with that, and it's always intriguing with me with all these hurricanes, with all these names. There was a Hurricane Renee also.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Hurricane Renee did as much damage, unfortunately, what Hurricane Maria did. But we know it was devastating. It was a disaster that really hit Puerto Rico. And I want to ask this question because during your time there, what role did you play alongside with the National Guard in not only helping to receive, with some of those first offenders that show up, but also the efforts. But most importantly, just like with your leadership with the other hurricane, what did you realize during that time that really prepared you for that moment as well?
Well, I was not the adjutant general when Maria hit us. I was already retired. So you know how I was, right? At home, like wanting to do stuff. So what did we do? We went out into the community as a civilian, and I'm part of the American Legion. So we try to identify where those veterans were, what their needs were, how can they be helped. So, but it was very little that we could do as citizens because everything was so devastated. There was no electricity, there was no water, there was not agencies to go to. We uh our sources were like limited. But how can we help? So how was able to help? I had a generator, so I helped my neighbors, and my generator was big enough for my husband and I to help like 6 houses around us to get electricity. When our mayor came around and he brought supplies like water and stuff, I would say no, I don't need it. I have some. Go someplace else where people need it. I try my best, and believe me, I wanted. Some people say, "Oh, you were lucky; you were not in the guard." I wanted to be there because I wanted to help. And my son was mobilized there because he was in active duty, and it just happens that he was in Virgin Islands that had just went through Hurricane Irma, and he was in Virgin Islands and he suffered there. So I suffered that I didn't know where he was at. So I went through the struggles and the needs and the suffering that the rest of Puerto Rico went through. Um, Even though, well, I had commodities and I had my stuff and I was able to well, I got electricity 5 months later. I lived off a generator, but I was okay. I did my best to help the community. Oh, sometimes we cooked for our neighbors. I did that too. I know how to cook.
You know how to cook. I mean, that's important, right?
A
It's
little bit, or just a little bit.
What's one of your favorite meals that you prepared?
Well, with rice and beans, you know
That's
how it
right.
goes.
Can't ever go wrong with those rice and beans.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, we're celebrating women all across the globe, and it's just amazing in regard to your contribution to humanity, what you've made, and what you continue to contribute as well. Because, of course, in speaking on many stages, inspiring other women to say, you know what, I can definitely show myself on, and I can always reach down to pull some of the other generational girls up as well. I think so much is in so, with your inspiring story, I find it to be not only enlightening, but as I shared with you earlier, you look every bit of still in your 20s or 30s, and it has not aged you at all. You are totally aging gracefully over there.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, we're so proud of you. And we're sorry, I don't understand. Okay, Stereo's over here all in our business. We're so looking forward to celebrating you as well with what your work has been able to do with the humanitarian style and style. I mean, humanitarian for giving back and volunteering. This is something that you do just because. This is something because I can tell your passion is there, your determination as well as your commitment. I want you to do this for us though. Share with the viewers, especially the females who are in the service right now. What would be your words of encouragement, General, in regard to, how you were able to overcome being able to have that resiliency? So please share with us. We'd love to know.
But if you heard me before, or if you hear me after this, I will always say, um, there is nothing. There's no pity. You can't have pity on yourself. The moment you start saying this happened to me or the other happened to me because I'm a woman, no, you cannot have pity on yourself. You must go on. If you want to do it, you have to do it. You must be resilient. A lot of stuff is going to happen. Your kids are going to get sick. Your parents are going to be sick. Your parents probably don't want you to be in the service. If you are in the service, people are going to say you cannot do it, but you have to put it in your mind. Anything that you want to do, you have to think about it. You have to dream about it. And not only dream about it, don't live your life of dreams. Dream about your life. Live your dreams. If you want to be a cop, be a cop. You want to be a fireman, be a firewoman. You want to be in the military, shoot for the stars. It can be done. It can be done. If it's there, it's yours. Go for it. I never thought I could do it, and I did. And sometimes I look back and I said, "Wow, I was really like, huh." I did all that, and it was not easy. It was a hard task, but it can be done. You just have to trust yourself, and again, don't pity. No, there's no looking back. Once you start the journey, just go on and go for it. If you want to do it, go for it.
I love that. Not only is it important for us to be the change, but it's important for us to appreciate the change as well. I love what you say, just do it. You have to have the boldness as well, and realizing no matter what your gender is, if you're a female, you can still make it happen. You are living proof and showing us how important it is for you to live your dreams if this is something that you're so desiring for. We are so excited, GW3 Live, to have you here on this amazing afternoon. We're looking forward to celebrating you as
Thank
well
you.
there in San Diego. Let's give it up for Mr. Greg. Oh my goodness, Greg nominated you to receive this President Volunteer Award. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel, General?
Again, and I'm humbled about it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. I don't think I'm worth all of that. But, you know, you cannot, uh, people give you a lot of credit for stuff that you do. But when you work from the heart, it's just like, let me do it. Let me do a little bit for society. If I was able to come out of a house where I live with a single parent with my mother, and we moved to the city of New York looking to make it better, and I could not speak the language, and I learned, and I became a nurse, which was hard in those years. 1979, I was graduating and passing my boards when no one used to pass nursing boards because everybody wanted to be like a nurse or something, and boards were like really hard, especially for me that I used to think in Spanish, translate to English. And if on top of all that, like I said before, I went into the military, and I was able to go all the way to the top, and I was always able to lead 10,000 men and women and their families. Because when you're the adjutant general, you're responsible for your 10,000 soldiers, if that's the number, plus their families, because you're responsible to them for that soldier. Um, if I did it, you could do it, anybody could do it, but I'm really like so glad, so humble, so honored to get this recognition. And I promise that it's gonna be from now on. It's always gonna be like that until my last breath. Um, I was able during my career to help the Buccaneers to get their gold medal from President Barack Obama. After 60 years, they got their medal, their recognition for what they did during the Korean War. I was able to volunteer for the VA hospital and make it easy on veterans. I get calls every day even when I don't go out and I don't do work, I get calls to do either come over and speak to girls or speak to guys or speak at a school. And I just go and try to give back what I once was given. What this life, God, the people around me uh, gave me. And I thank Greg Reed for being a friend, for being there when I needed him. A year and a half ago, he was there. He said, "Marta, come over to Secret Knock. You'll feel better." And this year, I'm able to be here. I'm gonna be there with you, and I feel honored by this recognition that I really I appreciate it, and I will have it close to my heart forever.
Absolutely. And you are deserving of it. Sometimes we always want to give our flowers away, but I want to say this to you, General. You are so deserving of it. Like how you were able to salute others, it's time for us to salute you as well. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Being a woman in the military, having this high rank, as you said, you have been able to achieve the highest rank military position, and it's just a great honor for not only for you to continue on paving that way for those phenomenal women that look up to you, but also it is important for us to ensure giving you your roses, your flowers. And so on behalf of not only the Global Women Wealth Warriors alongside with AmeriCorps as well as Points of Light, we're looking so forward to honoring you with your President's Volunteer Service Award. You definitely have put the time in it. It's been a lifetime journey, and I can't think of anyone more special than you. I'm going to be honest with you. This is my first interview with a general,
Yeah,
especially a female general. So there we go. We're breaking records right now,
yes,
General.
doctor. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very
Well,
much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Well, we know for sure next week is going to be incredible. Thanks again to Greg Reed with the Secret Knock. I want you to, as we close out, it's been an incredible session with you thus far. I would love for you to give us some words of wisdom, especially, not only for our females, but just, we're going through a very delicate time of life right now, and some words of wisdom that only the general can give to us to bring us, keep us up. How about that, if you don't mind?
Okay. These are bad times. They're troubling times. We must be resilient. It's gonna pass. It will all pass. And with all due respect, we have to look to our Lord and ask Him for wisdom every day. Before each one of us leaves our homes, we have to look up to that uh to God, thank Him for what we have, and ask Him to take care of us. And like many other ways, we've been taken care of to keep us uh safeguarding us. And it will pass. It will come to pass. That's for sure.
Amazing, amazing. It was so touching and very needed as well. As we are preparing, I know for sure, thanks to the viewers who've been able to watch us, and will continue on watching us throughout this time as we're preparing for next week. I just want the viewers to know how much we truly appreciate you and how much we're looking forward to, giving that big old hug to you as well, because you've gone through, you've seen so much in your lifetime. And I always give you a little extra height because you're standing over there like you're 5'11", okay? 5 feet 11 with all the accomplishments you've been able to do thus far.
Thank you very much. I'm
Yes.
looking forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, absolutely. So as we close out this segment, we like to roll our shoulders back, General. We keep our heads up high. Not only do we understand it's time to go blaze the universe, but realizing that we are the one. That's right. We're the chosen ones to go and make history, just as what you've been able to accomplish thus far. So we know the universe is our playground. So I always say, let's go back to work. And like you said, don't give up. Keep dreaming big. Keep your vision so crystal clear and go and be everything that you're destined to become.
Thank you
Yes.
very much. I think that's great.
Absolutely. Well, I'm thankful for you. And again, looking forward to seeing you next week. And for all our viewers, make sure, let's let everybody know how to get in contact with you, how to stay connected with you, please.
Okay.
Okay. What is your information so they can stay in contact with you?
Okay. Well, it's my email, Carcana at gmail.com. And my phone number is 787
Absolutely.
Anytime, 24/7.
We appreciate that. Well, to all of our audiences, we'd like to thank you again for joining us and tuning in with the GW3 Live. Stay connected. Most importantly, stay impacted and keep inspiring those that you come around. And you already know, inspired women, we remember one thing we know how to do. What? Women unite, we soar. And that's what we're going to be doing. Oh my goodness. Well, keep
Yes, ma'am.
follow us on YouTube and on Facebook, and we see you on the other side of your greatness. Until then, bye for now. Thank you
Thank
so very
you.
much, General. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.